Visiting cemeteries is quite an unusual hobby for many, but for one young girl who has a passion for wartime history, there's no better way to spend her spare time than seeing to unattended graves of soldiers from the First World War. 13-year-old Bethany McGivern was tending to her granddad's and great-nan's grave when she spotted the headstone of a 24-year-old man who was killed in action on the Somme in 1916. Like many soldiers in the First World War, Sidney Harris's body was never brought home, but Bethany decided to take on the task of looking after the grave and headstone, which she believes keeps the memory of Sidney and his service in the war alive.
I just wanted to help him, and because he never came back and he helped our country out a lot, I just felt like I had to do something in honour of him. At the start of when I decided to do what I'm doing now, it was covered. It was very old, so it was covered in dirt and stuff from over the years. The grave was leaning back on itself, and it was all weeds and grass taken over. So we got the council to straighten the grave up, put flowers on the grave, make sure that it's looking okay. If any weeds about, just get rid of them and stuff. Just gardening, really.
Makes me feel very proud. You know, to think that a young 13-year-old kid would be interested in doing such a thing. You know, tending to the graves of soldiers who died in the war 100 years ago. People she never even knew. And she's looking after the graves. It's just amazing. It's something she really enjoys doing. You know, she just treats them like members of her own family, you know, when she comes to see them.
But Bethany's caring nature didn't stop with Sidney, and it was only a short time after that she found the unattended grave of another soldier who fought in the First World War. Percy Wright was only 24 when he was killed. Unlike Sidney, he did return home, but later died of his wounds in 1917.
It makes me feel good as well that Percy is actually still in there, so he knows that I'm there helping him. That's why I do it. That's him in there. He's my unknown soldier to me. He's just really special to me.
She's just a loving little girl. She just cares. Once she gets involved in something, she takes it really to heart. And the very fact that these soldiers are from her home city, that means that I know that she'll look after these soldiers for as long as she can. This will not be just because it's coming up to the 100th anniversary of the war or anything like that. She'll look after these soldiers when she's down visiting my grave. So I know she'll still be looking after the soldiers.
They signed up to help us have the life we have today. And because of their sacrifice, we're here now.
Bethany's encouraging more people to do what she's doing and spend a little bit of time looking after similar graves. She hopes that this'll make sure that no soldiers will ever be forgotten. Charlene Smith, Bay TV News.